Hello, hello. Can can you guys hear me? Hi guys. Are you guys already jumping? Nice to see you all. Is the sounds okay? Cool, cool, cool. Okay, that's good. Right, I just started a bit 10 minutes early and we'll wait for people to come in and I'll start officially at 8 p.m. our time here. David never received that offer. Can you help me with that? Yes, of course. Um, uh, Tool, could you help me send in the chat? Maybe reply to David. Send me the link of our AI assistant offer. Maybe just post the link here so people would people can get the information. Nguyện tâm quang của bạn là người Việt à? Someone's very surprised that I'm Vietnamese also. Yes, I am. Oh, that's good. The sound is good this time. Wow, this time we already have 25 people. I guess everyone are really looking forward to understanding this wildcard thing. We've just moved to a new office, so as you can see, the background is a bit different. Um, I'm currently back in Ho Chi Minh for a few days, and then I'll probably go back to Malaysia. So likely you're not gonna see uh, likely you're not gonna see me next time here. But yeah, we just moved to this new office of ours. Really loving this. So thank you, thank you. Yeah, I want to make sure that people could spend a long time sitting without feeling like they're suffering through it. You know, we invest quite a bit. I think we try to when we design the office, we try to think of it as the product as well. So the same. See if we can close this. So today I will probably be focused a bit more on, first of all, let's talk a bit on the recent core Google update. I think I think it's very important to be reminded, during this period, which I hear all the time, and every year, year in and year out, people keep saying that, oh my gosh, there's a huge update coming up, and all my keyword droppings, I have all this issue, all this problem. So I think let's talk about it. I think the last year we also have a similar a live webinar where I kind of go through it as well, and we could probably go back and see through. I think I already have one here. Search engine land on what advices Google bring out each time they release core Google update. So every May core Google update, when it happened, it affects so many different sites, and you will see all these horrendous stories of their keyword drops, their traffic drops, and everything and whatnot. So I think what people forgot is the sense that Google, first of all, you have to understand the game Google play, the economy of Google. And so I'll briefly go over that, which I talk in depth on that in the first videos of our recommended workflows. But I briefly go over that. You have to understand the role of Google and what they're trying to do. And then you kind of slowly will understand why it happened to your site and what you can do to make sure that it won't happen again. So that'll be something we'll go over first. And then we'll go into keyword research and go into the application of Wildcard, which I find is incredibly powerful. I mean, I think when we first developed it, I didn't even we couldn't get into the imagination of how powerful it is. But I think after a while, when we released it, I was playing around with it too, and I've come up with this is probably one of the most powerful sort of add-on to any of the keyword research process. So let's do a webinar about it. This live stream will also be available after this. The videos will be available and sent to all you guys emails on Monday, and it will be available on all platforms. We'll post it up everywhere. Just curious, will you ever come back to LT? No, that's it. We started building the tool March 2021, and by May we start launching our first AppSumo, and we set a goal that within 1 year we will finish with our early market adaptation, and that was it. That's the whole time. That's the entire time we allow ourselves to launch, and after 1 year, we'll never come back to lifetime view ever, particularly with WriterZen. Maybe with some other products when we want to introduce, but we'll never come back to lifetime view ever again. AppSumo keep asking us to come back on their Black Friday event, but that definitely will not happen. So 5 more minutes. How are you guys there? See some people here. 38 people watching now. So hopefully we'll get to about 60 today. When I golden filter and choose rank 1, is that prediction for brand new search? I'm not sure I understand that. I'm not feeling WriterZen comfortable to use. I think you should watch. Yes, I think just go ahead and watch our recommended workflows and some of the tutorial. It's getting oh yeah, we have proper tutorial for sure. I mean, we have tutorial everywhere. We even have textbook for you. So here, make sure you watch this recommended workflows. We'll upgrade this. You know, it's a bit long now. I get a lot of message about how we could shorten it, and we will definitely will. So you got these 5 steps where we recommend your workflows we build. And then if you go into each of the tool, you'll see a queue here. It's called tutorial library. Click on it and then just watch videos here. Turn on textbook mode. You'll see all the information needed by hovering over like that. So yeah, we have everything live. No proper tutorial. Any rank tracking tool integration? No, not for now. Maybe in future. We have quite a bit of on our plate in our roadmap. First of all, it's definitely team function. I think a lot of people are looking for that. We need to implement team function where you can add more team member in, and you can kind of diversify your work. You should be able to assign people who do what, and then you should be able to kind of assign freelancer or writers outside your organization to come in, and then you should be able to track how they work in delivering your content, all of that, and you should have your own workspace and whatnot. So that should be the highest priority for now. And then we want to do a bit more of a upgrade with golden filter. We have a few new technology we'd like to implement. We want to upgrade our AI assistant. We want to upgrade our cluster function, and then we want to upgrade the internal communication between two. For example, if you are in topic discovery, you should be able to go directly to create a content, for example. Several sort of like idea like that, and it all work out so that the idea is to have one single platform where you could plan, you could organize, you could categorize, and then you could execute all of that on one platform. So that'll be what we focus on for now. Not really rank tracker. We as rank tracker we definitely can build, but not now. I really appreciate how you personally keep us abreast with all development. We feel like we're part of the family because you invest in your future. Thank you, David. Yeah, I mean, it's the dream of every SaaS founder, right? I mean, we build products believing that it would add value to our end users, and that's the entire basis of our existence, really. We have to build something that of value. I recently purchased lifetime deal tier 1, but now I want to upgrade tier 2. No, I don't think it's possible now. We will close our AppSumo. Any update on team feature and keyword intent? Team feature should be, I don't think we'll make it on time on end of June. Likely somewhere in July. Will you be recording it? Yes. Keyword intent, maybe sometime end of this year. Close captions to your presentation. Okay. Is there any action coming in place of HR? Not yet. We still play around with some data. Some work well, some doesn't. So the issue is not about the data that can represent, but it has to be able to show and then not having any bugs, right? We want to make sure that when we pull it out, because right now we actually have quite a bit of active user. We have up to 10,000 active users, and we want to make sure that every time you go in consistently, will turn out the data itself. So some of the data take a bit more computing power to crawl, and therefore it doesn't really achieve the consistency level yet. So that would probably come soon. It's something that we will work on. Hi Joey, greeting from Ho Chi Minh. All right, I think we'll start today. So before I begin, let's briefly talk about the table of content, what we will go through today. Obviously, wildcard, but before that, I want to briefly discuss about Google May Core update, right? Google May Core update is something that has been in the news lately, and people have been talking about it. A lot of people just keep, the stories of horror keep coming every year, sometime during May, sometime during November, and then everyone will have the same story. Oh my gosh, all my keywords are dropping, my traffic are dropping, I'm in pain, so on and so forth. So let's briefly discuss that, right? So it's something that also play really well with what we believe in building WriterZen. So that's first. After that, let's go into sort of like the definition of keyword research. I will just go very briefly. Why you need to do keyword research and the fundamental sort of how you can organize and categorize keyword research in 2022, because things are now very much different, right? And after that is implementation of wildcard and how you can make use of that in categorize and planning your keyword in order for your execution. Today, we'll not talk about anything regarding the flows or how things work. We'll focus purely on just keyword research, right? Okay, I'm gonna move this down. Okay, so first, let's talk about Google release. Every year we have a Google Core release. And every year we have the same horror story. But if you read this statement, I go into search engine land, Google released May 2022 core update, and you scroll down, and you see that, oh man, ruble, and then what to do if you are hit. Google has given advice on what to consider if you are negatively impacted by core update in the past. There are specific action to take to recover, and in fact, negative ranking impact may not signal anything wrong with your pages. However, Google has offered a list of questions to consider if your site is hit by a core update. So it's very important to read the list of questions of Google to understand what is it that is the progress of Google made in the last 5 years in each update. Because what does it mean when Google update? Google update mean that they are continuously to improve their core function to provide a better searching experience, right? So better searching experience means what? You have to understand that Google is like a mini economy, right? In there, you have a supply and demand relationship. And the demand side are people like us who search for stuff. You have a demand for something, you put that on Google in the means of a keyword that you search. The amount of that demand represented by the amount of search volume that keyword may have. So On the other side, there will be a bunch of websites, and they are playing the role of the supplier. And the job of Google, and what makes Google so powerful, and what makes them to monopolize the space of search engines, is their ability to match the right supplier to the right demand. So if you search something, Google should be expected to instantly match you with the website that provide that person with the exact need that they have. That's it. At the fundamental level, what make Google powerful and what make them exist and thrive until this day is their ability to match between demand and supply. So you have to understand that's the core. So each time Google update their core update, it's essentially just mean that they just try to improve this matching mechanism. And by matching, meaning that every day they want to make sure that whatever user they search, the content that they provide, the information, the product or the service has to be the best exact match to that need, right? So then it comes back to this. You want to click on this link, and then there's here, Google advice on improving your site ranking for future core ranking update. And it's very funny. If you read on all of the questions, everything that Google asks are relating about content. It's nothing about link building. It's nothing about authority. It's nothing about how many people talk about you. None of that. Does the content provide original information, report, research, or analysis? Does the content provide substantial, complete? Does content provide insightful analysis? If the content draw from other sources, does it avoid simply copying or rewriting those sources? Does the headline or page title provide descriptive, helpful summary of the content? Does the headline or page title avoid being exaggerating or shocking in nature? Is it the sort of page you want to bookmark, share with a friend, or recommend? Would you expect to see this content in or referenced by printed magazine, encyclopedia, or book? Expertise question. Does the content present information in a way that makes you want to trust it, such as clear sourcing evidence of expertise involved? If you keep read on, it's everything about content. Because whatever you write, it has to be quality, and it has to be valuable, and it has to fit with the demand of the users. And every year, that's what Google is doing. Google becomes smarter and smarter and more intelligent, and all they do is focusing on making sure that if you're trying to do SEO, they will try their best to make sure that whatever content you write is the best. And it's the best matching for the end users. A lot of people think that if you do SEO, just get your keyword ranks to the top and then traffic will come. No. If you get traffic ranked to the top, that's just the first step. It's a very beginning step, right? You achieve a very small goal. Your keyword rank, traffic come in, and traffic respond poorly to the content you write. They will bounce out. They don't click on any internal link. They don't engage with your content. In 2 weeks, Google will say, this content sucks. No one wants to read this content. I'm going to drop it. That's it. That's not SEO. And everyone think that, oh, I'm just going to need to put a lot of backlinks into this. I'm going to do all this trick and tips and all that stuff. I'm going to outsmart Google. You can't outsmart Google. You're playing their game, you're playing their rule, and they set the benchmark, and you have to understand what they're trying to do, and you play by their rule. No, people, I think most people just want a very quick result, but there's no quick way around SEO. If you want quick result, run ads, right? But if you want sustainable result over a long period of time, you have to invest. You have to invest in content. You have to invest in research, development, and particularly you have to invest in your users, right? And the more and more people start to use Google, the better they become Google users, right? Back in the day, the term long tail keyword are very sort of fancy keyword, and nobody understands what that means, right? It's just start with when you first have Google, all you search are very short term, like football. You don't search very detailed keyword, like what is the football match happening today in Manchester. You don't search that kind of keyword, but you will search something like football Manchester. That's back in the day. But as you evolve and as you use Google more and more and more, you become better Google users, and you understand and you trust Google that if I search something so detailed and so particular, with a clear search intent, Google will return exactly what I want. That's what Google does best. And therefore, as users become better and better Google users, the search intent become more and more important. And every day, there's 50% of the keyword that people search are new keyword. And those are all long-term keyword, long-tail keyword, close, very, very clear search intent keyword. And therefore, SEO has started to evolve into the new game of better content. And you have to come back to the basics. And that's have always been our methodology. Go back to the basic, focusing on quality, focusing on putting in valuable content, focusing on your end user, and forget all those noises. Everyone will say, "Oh, do link building, yes, it's needed, but it's not something so important like it was before." Google gets so incredibly intelligent now. When they go into your site, they read their stuff, they know instantly what you are writing about, and they know instantly what to match that content to who, right? And this will just get worse. Google will just continue to get better. And if you continue to try to trick Google, you're not gonna be in for a good time. So that's the first part I want to kind of say, and then we will go back to the basic of keyword research, right? And so let's come back to keyword research. Keyword research, essentially, I show my note a bit. Keyword research has been evolving quite a lot in the last few years, right? In the beginning, which is like, what are the keyword people search? Keyword research process evolved just as much as users have been being better at searching on Google. So before, when someone searched for the word football, you just search football and then some website pop up, and then you may click on that website. Since you don't have a lot of options, you will actually just choose whatever on it and you convert into customer. So that's Google in the very, very old day, right? But as it's evolved, what it is now is that you have to understand the behavior of a user. When they go into a website and you search for a keyword, usually it will break into three phases. And everyone gets so much smarter in researching for certain things now. They will first research what they call top of the funnel. And those are the questions relating to looking for information. It's very informational. How to cook a dinner at home, how to do something, what is something, what are something. Those are all the questions that evolve around information regarding a certain brand. Or even before that, they will search, let's say, football. They look through a whole thing, they will click on the questions, they continue to roll down. So top of the funnel, it start to kind of build into these funnel things, right? So top of the funnel, all informational question. Consideration are all the questions where they slowly have an idea, and now they want to get into more in-depth detail. Okay, now I know how to cook dinner at home. Now I need to know what are the list of grocery I should research in order to do that. So that's second tunnel. That's the second phase. That's middle of the tunnel called MOFU. So as you go into MOFU, the search intent evolve more, just as you research on something. So then after you receive all the information of the middle funnel, you then will search on the last keyword, which is transactional, where to buy grocery for in New York, right? And then when you search that keyword, there'll be pop up some store, you go in there, and that's where you will make your final offer. And the goal here now is no longer just trying to rank as many keywords as possible, but the goal here now is to design a funnel that builds specifically for the search intent of your end users. If you are a wiki page, if you are a blog who want to show people how to do certain things and you earn money by affiliate, you will have to understand this better than anyone else. You have to cover not only the top of the funnel, but also middle of the funnel and eventually lead to the bottom of the funnel. And all of this will link together in your internal link system and also the keyword that you will cover, right? So it's evolved into almost like a sales pipeline, right? If you are, let's say, e-commerce, right, selling a certain product, you have to do the same thing. And you want to appear each time if Google search for, let's say, the top of the funnel keyword, you want to appear there. And then if a person search for the middle of the funnel keyword, let's say they're considering it, right? Let's say top of the funnel is something like how to drive a Toyota Camry. Oh, you are there. right? These are how you use a gearbox. And they click on it, they read yours, and then, okay, that's pretty good. And then they go into the second, okay, Toyota Camry versus Honda Accord. And there you are again, that keyword, you rank on the top. Okay, they go in there. They still not convert yet. Okay. And they read your stuff. And as they read their stuff, what they gain something is they gain trust. And this is the key of SEO, is to build a trust with the people who are reading your stuff. And trust will come in few forms. First of all, is your appearance. Okay, go into your website, the speed rate is great, the design is good, it's very easy to read, and also you appear on every single searches. That's good. That's a very good sign of authority, and this very good sign of trusted source. And then they search for this, as they scroll down, your content have all the internal linking to other piece of content as well. Okay, that's great. That's a better, also another sign of great trust. So you kind of build this whole experience for your end users, right? And eventually they will go into transactional keyword, how or where to buy a good Toyota Camry in New York, and bam, you are there. You arrive on the first of Google, and that's where they start to form enough trust for them to say, you know what, this guy seems to really know what they're talking about. They've been very non-biased about the way they write about things. And I really like the way they represent the information. It's very well put together. It has all the source needed, and it show me that they care. Bam. They will click on the buy button. And that's how you convert a traffic into a sales. And so keyword research now is no longer what it was before. It's no longer the goal about traffic. Everything is about revenue. Everything is about designing an experience for your users so that they end up from traffic into a paying customer. So please do not mistake SEO with just converting traffic. It doesn't make sense. You pay money to build SEO, not to earn traffic, but to convert. Right? So that's the first part of researching process. So usually I will go, first of all, determining the thoughtful, moreful, bowful. Okay, this is the brief discussion. We'll go into a bit later on the wildcard part and how you can use wildcard to do that. You gather the keyword idea, and how you do that is you go into, let's say, tool like Keyword Explorer, and you just kind of simply explore with the keyword, like house removal. Instantly you have yourself like a list of thousands of different keywords. So that's keyword exploring. Um, and then you want to explore your question. What is the product or service that you are providing? And then you find different keywords that describe your business. All right. And then you try. I think this process is quite difficult because you really have to put yourself in the fit of your customer's shoes, right? And then you understand their search intent. And so that's why we put one thing here, it's called insight. So you kind of just scan through and see with different questions, you kind of grasp the search intent of the end users that you have. So this process is a bit painstaking, but it's very important, because if you cannot form the picture of the person who you are targeting, you're just gonna keep wasting your effort. You're gonna keep wasting your effort on picking thousands of different keywords without understanding what intent are they doing, right? So this whole thing is what usually take a bit more time, but once you understand the behavior of your end users, it's a lot easier for you to form a story, a user persona. Okay. And so you can either look through here, or you could probably use wildcard here, which I'll go into a bit later on. Okay. And after that, you develop the keyword list idea by adding different kind of variation, like include, exclude, maybe different prefix or suffix, product or service variables such as like size, color. You can add those things like removal, near me. That something is a prefix or suffix, right? So you kind of play around with either the search keyword explorer, or you can just play around here using filter like include or exclude, right? Then you can probably do some filter by keyword volumes. You want to see the sort of like the overall market size of the keyword itself. Like for example, here the total amount is 1,358. So total search volume, the total addressable market for this keyword is 76,200. So things like that. You want to form an idea, right, with the keyword that you are targeting. It's very important for you to do this, right? And then you just kind of select and then prioritize keyword based on relevancy, search volume, and competition or difficulty. So all of this can be done using WriterZen keyword research tool. We kind of already placing all the filtering in here, include, exclude, phrase match, having same term. If you don't understand what it is, just turn on textbook mode. And then as you scroll here, you'll be able to see what it means on each of this, right? And as you do filtering, another thing you can use is golden filter as well. So all of this we have videos in for you to look at. Please check out our videos. We already explained what they are. There's a lot of material for you to kind of, sorry, I'll move this here. There's a lot of material for you to play around with or to read about in terms of keyword research. I think it's quite standardized nowadays, so I'm not going to go into very details. But here's the cool part. So when we first developed Wildcard, we just kind of thought, okay, it's kind of cool features, right? It's something that maybe our user will need. But then I start to kind of dig a bit deeper on the basis of how to use Wildcard, and it's crazy powerful. And when I say it's crazy powerful, it's powerful for those who really know how to understand to use it. And one of the things is, let's say you're an e-commerce site, right? Let's start with e-commerce, and then we can go into like wiki site, right? So e-commerce site, let's say you try to sell a certain product or service. You can now categorize, you can now do in your search intent research using purely the wildcard search. So let's say you will start with top of the funnel, right? Tofu. It's very simple. Top of the funnel, you just need to click the questions you have, and then just have the brand or the product that you own. Let's say you sell, like I have here is Toyota Camry. So let's just start with Toyota Camry, right? Let's say you want to know what kind of search people use or search for when they want to understand about your product. And let's say your end product is Toyota Camry. And what I want to do is I just do a broad search first. Is how star Toyota Camry. So let's pretend it's a car I'm selling. I have a product called Toyota Camry. I want to write all the content it is around Toyota Camry because I'm selling them. I have an e-commerce site selling car, right? And I want everyone to know that I am the expert in this product. And so I want to know what kind of question they ask for. Click search, and bam, right away I have 471 and 17 keyword regarding this, right? So people search for what? How much? How to research? How much does it cost? So as you scroll down, you start seeing some keyword that is kind of similar to each other, like how to start Toyota Camry without key, how to start Toyota Camry with key, how many miles Toyota Camry. So these two have the same intention, but they are different keyword. Each of them are equally search volume a month. Camry, how much is it? So how much Toyota Camry with how much is Toyota Camry, how much the Toyota Camry cost, they are all kind of the same keyword. So then it go into this phase where like, okay, now I know all of the keyword that users search when they ask, their intent is how, with the end product is Toyota Camry. What do I do with this? So the most powerful thing here is you actually could pair with our cluster function. So let's say you select all and you cluster them, right? Let's say 5. Activate. We'll go to a new site, but it will look something like this. I think it's here, I think. Yeah, here. So as you can see, it will look something like this. So as you see earlier, there's a reset topic, how to reset Toyota Camry maintain in life. And our cluster function automatically group every single keyword that have the same search intent of this topic. It is so close, right, to the original search intent, and it's directly affect exactly what you want to know, what your users are asking for in regard to that. in your product, like Toyota Camry. So as you group this together, you start to realize that these are different topic that they ask. How to open truck without key, how to unlock Toyota Camry without key, how to start Toyota Camry without key. Something happened. Oh, I haven't shared screen. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry guys. I've been I've been talking without sharing screen. Wait, how far did I go without sharing screen? This is horrible. I'm very sorry. Can you see my screen now? Oh my gosh, it's been quite long. Um, did you see the screen? Oh my gosh. I'm very sorry about this. We've been going through all the way here and without me sharing screen. It's such a nightmare. Um, can I continue or sh can I continue or should I sort of I'll put it here so you can see. Can I continue or should I go back a bit? Okay, so let me continue, right? I think you kind of grasped the question earlier. So I just do some action. These are all the list of the Toyota Camry, and then I group them together. I click cluster, and sort of the ideas come out here, right? So different group already start to popping out. Um, so, so funny. So as you can see, the grouping is appearing, right? And like I said, the ability now for you to instantly understand the clearest search intent of your end user are so quick. It's just a few clicks. And wildcard itself is it's a fun function, but it's become so powerful when you group them with cluster function, right? And that's with Toyota Camry. You can repeat this process by going back and do the same thing with a different keyword that sort of well the last keyword was how and star Toyota Camry, right? So the product, let's say end product is Toyota Camry, right? But now let's start with what star Toyota. Now you want to explore question what when people go into your search. Instantly you have 214 keywords about this. What is RCTA on Toyota Camry? What is the whole button on Toyota Camry? The total search volume of this is about 2,600. So again, you do the same thing. You click on select all, you button, increase this to 5 or 6 or 7, whatever, depending on your taste of this. Project name, let's say Toyota what. Click activate. It will come out something sort of look like this. I think it's test 3 I did before. Oh no, this is different. Yeah. So it looks something like this. Oh, people look, what is the best Toyota Camry ever? First, what year's Toyota Camry to avoid? What oil does Toyota Camry take? Which Toyota Camry has panoramic sunroof? What gas does Toyota Camry use? What is Toyota Camry Night Shade Edition? Now, now you look at this and you start to realize, wow, in just a few clicks, you start to form a very clear picture of the top of the funnel content that you can write. And instantly, with just 2 clicks, you have a list of 33 different content pieces that you can play and group together and earn up to 2,000 search volume a month. You can do the same thing again with different other questions. Where, what, how, why, blah, 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 blah. And those all make up to the top of the funnel informational type of keyword. And then you go into middle of the funnel. Middle funnel is where? They already know all this. They wanted to go, okay, you know what? I'm start considering, what are the keywords that go into consideration phase? Comparison, right? Let's say you are now into comparison and you want to, okay, what do people usually compare Toyota Camry with? So simple. Just go to Wildcard and do Toyota Camry versus Star. Enter. Bam. You have a list of every single article that Toyota Camry was actually people search and compare Toyota Camry with. Do the same thing, cluster them together. Activate. Hopefully it will be fast. Oh, I think I have one out here too. I think it's 3. Right? So it will look something like this. So instantly you have a group that is total 17,160 search volume. And you go in cluster, you have 35 different cluster group, and you have about 142 non-cluster keywords. So you can actually write more more content on this keyword. But then you can sort them by volume search, for example. So you start seeing Toyota Camry and Corolla. This definitely are an article that you will write about. Toyota Camry versus Avalon, Toyota Camry versus white and black, SE versus LE. Instantly, you have another 35 piece of content that you can write about. And the next step you want to do is to link this together internally. So you write every article on the top of the funnel, and then you start internal link them to all the article in the middle of the funnel. So as people reading on the top of the funnel article, not only they will see other piece of informational content that you already prepare, internal linking to that. So that's called horizontal internal linking. So you link from one piece of informational article to the second piece of informational article to the third piece of informational article. So as they move along that line, they realize that this website is a great source of content that I could go because I'm in my phase of researching, right? And then when they feel ready, underneath of each of those articles, there's an internal linking to the second, which is consideration phase, where I say, oh, now that you know about how Toyota Camry, what is the best model of Toyota Camry, would you want to check out how Toyota Camry, the comparison of Toyota Camry versus Honda Accord? Bam. If they click on that, they start going really directly into the funnel that you built. And not only your users become more engaged, not only they gain trust in your website, but they feel like they want to sort of make the purchasing action a lot easier because they feel like you care for them enough to provide them with all this information and value, right? So keyword research is not really a technical as much as it is about more intuition now, right? So it's really is a game of you having to understand the concept of digital marketing. Digital marketing is all about understanding your user search behavior and kind of cater whatever content you have into that. So you build that into a funnel. So and as you draft this too, another side effect of this will appear is that when you craft all of the piece of content you have on top of the funnel, you will also show Google that how incredibly well sort of like prepared you are in the product or service that you're writing, because you cover all the topic and you link them all together. And it's as Googlebot go through your website, they see that you cover almost every single content there is in when it comes to the search intent of this particular topic. You gain trust, you gain authority, right? And people will actually try to get backlinks from you and all that. So that's sort of like top of the funnel to middle funnel, and you can do the same thing with bottom of the funnel keyword as well. Or you can do something with a keyword, let's say I think let's say Toyo Camry New York, Star. I'm not sure if this is something that will work. I think it's product, service, location, star, New York or something. You know, Toyota Camry, something in New York. No, this keyword doesn't work. Yeah, this is another thing when it comes to transactional. So I move now into the bottom of the funnel. If you are in New York and you do local marketing, you do local SEO, this is one of the very, very important trick that you can play around with, right? Input your product or service first, and put a star in between, and put the location that you have. So instantly you'll be able to see all of the keyword that users search when they want to make a decision at your location. So it can be for sales, for sales, used, TID for sales, to it can be price in New York, for sale in New York. So as you can see, if you could cover all of these keyword and start to rank, and those are quite easy keyword to rank too, you can make sure that when users at your local location, when they search for that keyword, you are there. So you want to make sure that transactional keyword are actually available, right? Okay, so someone asked me, how does it go with, let's say, golden filter? So golden filter is very simple. So as you kind of search wildcard, what you can do then is you include golden filter in as well if you would like. But I typically, when I go to search intent keyword, I like to see an overall view, right? I like to really group them together to kind of make sure I understand all the search intent a user have before I do a filter on golden filter. So one of the things you can do is you start with this keyword, you turn on golden filter, right? And as you have all the golden filter, you find out what keyword you want to sort. So then you kind of filter them out, and then you cluster that into different group. So just you add on another steps before you cluster them. Um, so that's one of the things in which I find quite. Oh, I think. Sorry, I think. Nope. I don't know how to maximize the window actually, or maybe I can turn this off. There we go. And then I do. I cannot. This one doesn't allow me to do maximize the window. Maybe I'll do this. Okay. Okay. But then I cover too much of the window, I think. Is it okay? All right. Well, someone asked how I would make use of golden filter feature again. Again, it's simple. You first of all you start with a keyword that you did. For example, this one. You click on golden filter, and you start looking for keyword that are sort of like the one that you think that is low competition and then high in search volume. Right? So as you can see here, then you can filter golden filter first, right? Let's say I usually will do up to here. So list of 495 keyword now drop to 175, 76. And so you see here now, it's 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 only this list of keyword that is 176 keyword selected. And so you click on this with 176 keyword, I still have about 14,200 search volume. After I do this, and okay, I quite like all this keyword because the golden score is very high, very good. Then only I cluster the selected. I see it. Will take a bit. Yeah, I think it's going to take a bit, but it's, essentially that's the idea, right? So you can just play around with the workflow that you think that work best for you. Um, but the idea here is that you really have to try to play around and make use of golden filter and make use of cluster so that you could come up with different search intent group. So to me, it's really is a incredible uh, sort of way to do keyword research. And for example, if you do wiki, right? If you do wiki, you could just do how to, let's say how to cook. Let's say you want to write a cookbook. Let's say you write a cooking blog, right? And so you want to make sure you write about every single. You want to know what are the people looking for when they look for on Google. How to cook, yeah, right? 3,934, 6 million total search volume. So suddenly you have this much list of keyword to really look into when you want to know what people are asking for when it comes to when it comes to what they want to know how to cook. All right. So with this list of keyword, typically I will go on golden filter. So just click on confirm, and then filter them out every single keyword that you think that has really highest potential to rank, and then you cluster those keywords together afterward. Oh, you already have? Well, that's great. It's very fast. So as you can see here, I will do it by potential column. Go down here from 3,000 keyword, it dropped down to only 1,200 keyword. Apply, select all. Sorry, select all. Cluster selected. 5. Star. Activate. All right, now we just wait for a bit until the result come out, and instantly you will have a group of different how to cook in search intent for you to start writing content from. If can we do selective golden filter? Yeah, it's that's the update feature that we'll roll out. So you're gonna have, like, let's say you have a you out of a few thousand list of keyword, you only want to search for all entitled on a few that are coming up in our next couple updates. We already have it in our pipeline. Okay, I will probably go into Q&A soon, because I think that that's probably the end of our presentation today. And like I said, you really have to just go in Wildcard and just figure out some of the way to do it, prefix, suffix, read it up online, how some of the way to do it. But what I really truly believe is this is probably the future of keyword research. This is when you really understand all of the search intent of the end users who are writing or reading your blog on the website that you try to get. It's really incredible. Look at this: how to cook eggs in the microwave. 8,100 people search. There's only 43 websites that actually have that keyword in the title. These people search for this. See, how to cook chicken breast in a pan. 8,000 people search. All right. If you want, we can probably do this. I'm actually quite curious now. How to cook scallops on the stove. Wow, this keyword's great. There's only one people who have it. You could just write a blog on this and you rank on this keyword. Some of this keyword are incredible. The cluster export. Okay, I mean that's it for today. The cluster will probably take a while. But I mean, you understand. I hope you understand what we're doing. I'm very sorry. I look a bit tired today. It's been a very long day. We just moved to a new office, and we're just trying to kind of get everything put together. But hopefully next time I have a bit more energy to present in a better manner. I'm gonna go into Q&A, so just shoot me in any questions. We'll probably do this for another 15-20 minutes, and I think we'll probably good to go. The cluster function Excel wasn't included in the own title and golden fields in the output there, but the column headers are there. Okay, I think I'll note this. I think some people also notice us on that one as well. What you have to do is you probably have to scroll this out in order for you to do export. I remember we have it. There's own title and golden score. Own title, golden score, all available in export as well. Once you turn it on and it's already finished calculating, then you can earn it. I mean, any update on Asia banking monitor and server view? We're not gonna have that. We already sent out information that we no longer will have Ahrefs data supported. Very sorry for any inconvenience it caused. But it's been quite a difficult decision for us as well. The wildcard search is really powerful and it's different maker, especially for local. Yeah, I mean, at first I didn't realize how powerful it is, and I don't think I have explored enough. I really don't think I have explored enough. I want to spend a bit more time, and then maybe I'll do a wildcard version 2. And when I maybe with more I think about it, the more I probably can come up with some more use case, to present and share with you guys a little more. Team member ad, yeah, that's coming on July. Is there going to be a replay? Yeah, we have the videos available, and right after this Monday we'll probably send out the available. Can I write the link about 75% off for AI assistant? I just saw the video on how to use is effing great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think the way we build our AI assistant is not, I hope I can make this clear. We want to make sure that it's an assistant. Don't rely on AI to write your stuff. You want to make sure you do your own. You want to make sure that you do your own research. You want to make sure that the things you put together are well put together. AI is only there to assist you. So we build it in a way that you just open, close, turn on. And a lot of our users, when they start using it, at first they kind of have a hard time to understand how it works. But the moment they grasp it, they say to us that they don't know how any other way. It's probably one of the best way to utilize AI assistant. So please use it. Make use of it. Let me tell my staff to put on the link. Is there any plan to add a feature for keyword difficulty measurement? Not for now. I mean, we have to turn it in here because each time a keyword open, we have to calculate all these four different category. So I know it's kind of a bit dumb right now, but I think we'll probably be able to develop our own keyword difficulty somewhere in beginning of next year, where we will be able to put it out in the front, so you can actually scroll. You can actually sort that use as well. I understand it's something, but at the moment it's a bit. We really don't have time for that. So we'll do that later on. Is there a way to buy additional code if you already have a tier 2, even though lifetime deal is expired? I'm very sorry, it's already expired. So we will never go back to lifetime deal, and we'll never offer another deal again. Is there a sweet spot for recommended keyword count not to exceed when running golden filter cluster? I don't know if I understand your question. Is there a sweet spot or recommended keyword count? not to exceed when running golden filter in cluster. I typically don't set that rule. I want to make sure that I understand the whole picture of the intent. So what I mean is whatever keyword you search is the total addressable market that you can explore. And from that total addressable market, you drill down into a few keywords that fit with the state of your own SEO campaign. If you are already so advanced, you already have a website that established, you can actually handle a lot more difficult keywords, right? And you can handle a lot more grouping. You can handle higher or entitled keywords. But if you are new, if you only have a new website with just a few keywords established, you want to go into keyword that is easier to compete. You want to build your basis, making sure that all that keyword rank and gain the organic traffic drive into your website. Because as you do that, you show Google that you have the trust and site authority and you understand the rule of the game. So it's all about knowing your market as well as knowing yourself and your understanding. Can you demo using keyword in our outline? I have several keyword lists. I want to add additional keyword in my outline. Let's see if I understand what you mean. So is it in step 2? Here in step 2, if you want to add more keyword, you can click import from list. And once you click import from list, there's a list of all your keyword lists available here, and you can just click on them and then click import. So I hope that is that. I mean exported cluster. Oh, the exported cluster data not include the own title and golden filter. Yeah, we'll fix that in future when we do an enhancement on cluster and then golden filter. So that will also be solved. How to switch to French? We don't have French updated. We don't have multi-language updated for now for AI assistant. It will probably come very soon. We're very close on our enhancement phase 1 of AI assistant. Yeah, so I think we kind of covered the basis today, and I think not many people have any more questions. Do you have any, shoot me any more questions you have, and we'll probably be closing in about few minutes here. And again, very sorry about the incident earlier. I'll keep talking. I think it's a bit of a running out of juice. End of the day, running out of juice. Are you using OpenAI GPT? Yes, we are actually GPT-3 partner, meaning that we have a sort of like a stamp approval from them. We're putting up, yes, the recording will also be available on Monday. We'll send out for you guys. Yeah. We try to only use established users, player. GPT-3 to us is one of the most established users. The speed, the accuracy, the way they structure, we want to make sure that the output has to be at the utmost quality. Have you considered a content counter to plan when to create cluster content to maximize SEO? Yeah, that will probably come with in our integration phase. So we break our product roadmap into different kind of phase. So the current phase right now focuses very much on team function. Once you have the done team function and you did some of the enhancement into our core technology, we'll go into integration. So integration means what? It means that we start building integration with different partners. Let's say WordPress, for example. So say you have a content piece you want to write, and after you done finish and publishing, you don't want it published right away. So what we do is that we integrate directly to your WordPress, and you can set a calendar for that publishing agenda. So you can actually set a whole entire calendar, and then once you're done with certain things, you just click publish, and then we'll reserve that into our backend. At the exact time that you set out, we'll shoot out directly into your WordPress. You don't even have to go into that panel, right? and then you integrate with, let's say, Google Search Console. We want to know what keyword that you already rank. We want to know what sort of URL that you already rank for that keyword. And let's say we as you were writing your piece of content, we'll scan through and we kind of highlight it, and then we'll show you that these are all the link that you could probably internal link to. So things like that. A lot of idea, and we already kind of have the list of idea out. The things is you can only do so much at a different period, particularly for us, because the tool get a little more complex. We have different layer of different tools, and what we want to build is this flexibility building in each tool. So for every single update we build, it has this interconnected with a whole layer of different other things. So it requires a lot of planning, a lot of thinking, and a lot of sort of working across functions, right? So as the tool evolve, you will see a lot more bigger and more broad update, right? And then you also will see a lot stronger technology coming out of us. But we want to make sure when it comes out with at the highest quality. The most, one of the things I want to share with you guys is building product is not so much about showing off with a bunch of different features. It's selecting what features that work really truly best. Out of 10 features, actually you only use about 2 or 3. So we want to make sure that 2 or 3 features are absolute best. And you want to make sure that if 10,000 people use that feature at once, it doesn't crash. It consistently deliver. So consistency, scalability, flexibility, those are the things when it comes when building different sort of stuff. So okay, I think we'll probably good for today. Thank you very much for you guys to listening in. Again, sorry for such a sort of like not so well prepared presentation, but I hope you get the idea, and I hope that we were of good help and of value for you guys. So sorry David. Let me just search it for you. Give me a second, David. We'll put up the link right now. Giang ơi, gửi được link 75% cho anh cái 75% AI assistant ấy. Cái landing page ấy. Ừ. Yes. Nó là cái gì nhỉ? Sorry David, give me a second. I'll send into the group. Đúng rồi. Dễ. Sao không ấy được rồi? Ở đây. Ok. Đúng cái anh cần. Rồi, yes. my English. I'm Vietnamese. I was talking to my staff. Okay. Okay, I think I've covered most of the bases. All right. I hope you guys enjoy the show, and we'll come back on next month, and hopefully we'll better prepared. We'll come up with some things great. Thank you guys, and have a great weekend ahead.